the great cliche, fake it till you make it. I want to blow that apart. I want to blow that up, and I want to discuss it, because that's another one of those, well, just fake it till you make it, or I'm just faking it till I make it. And I don't like that. I don't think it's a good strategy. And I want to talk to you about it.
Yeah, so here's the thing that I like about that, okay? What I don't agree with it at all. I'm actually saddened by it. It just is a sad thing because it's terrible advice. But here's what I like about it. Most people take it as real advice. They actually think it's true. And so when they get into, and here's the thing, you can fake it, not just yourself, like fake it. Now, if the whole thing is get a mindset that you're already there and already try and perceive yourself to be there and put yourself in the best frame of mind that you are there, oh, I get that. But the fake it part till you make it, I don't get that, because here's the thing. In almost every part of marketing, we see people faking it, and they run fraudulent ads, and they scam people on a phone, and they do SEO that really isn't valuable to anybody because they're just spinning articles, and they're being, or they buy Facebook friends in the old days. They buy Twitter followers in the old days. Now they're getting Instagram followers, so it looks like things. They fake the amount of traffic they get to their website. They fake the amount of people that they believe know, like, and trust them. There's a way to fake this. They fake it on political stages. They fake it in classrooms. They fake it in church. They're faking it in their life. Here's the thing, though. To somebody that's not going to do that, that's going to be genuine, there is such an unfair competitive advantage to that person, okay, that if you don't do that, so I'll give you, for instance, let's say you're a realtor and you've got 20 years of experience. I'm a realtor. I am 22 years old and I just started. How am I going to fake being a great experienced realtor? Like look older? What I'm going to do is I'm going to not fake it. I'm going to tell somebody, yes, there are realtors out there that have more experience than me, but here's what I can promise you, Martin Brossman. You're my only client right now. I got to sell your house in a reasonable period of time, because I'm going to take everything I do to you, and that's how I'm getting my second client. And I'm going to take everything I do for them, and that's how I get my third client. So here's the thing, Martin. It would be easy for you not to give me the shot and not to give me the chance based on experience. And quite frankly, I don't see why somebody wouldn't pick experience over me, because when I get enough experience and I'm good at this, I'm going to be using my experience to be competitive in the marketplace. But I can tell you what, and I can promise you this, if you give me a shot, I'm going to be dedicated and committed to what you're doing. Now, which of those things should I have said? I've always been selling real estate. No, I shouldn't do that at all. What we find is people like the underdog. People actually like somebody that they could help. People actually like the truth. You know?
The key here is look at what you have and ask, how is this an advantage? Just where you are right now, how is this a fierce competitive advantage? And don't stop asking till you resolve it. Then leverage that with integrity moving forward is a beginning place, which is very different from just fake it till you make it. The other thing I want to talk about is two concepts, competency and confidence. You know, the fact is I don't want a brain surgeon with great confidence and no competency.
Right.
So you do have to balance. There's an inner game, an outer game, and then there's actually competency that you need to gain in a field. And sometimes you need to actually get some more training. But then you have to set limits. There could be that inner critic of you where you're going to have to distinguish and go, okay, when I get these 10 items, now I'm drawing a line in the sand and I'm not listening to that part inside of me that goes, you're always worthless, or whatever it is that I believe most of us should be anything but ourselves, because we develop the sense of self at like age 9 or 10, and we're having a 9-year-old run our lives. You know, so
here's an interesting thing with regards to that. If I say the words confidence man, right, and I say he's a confidence man, not a confident man,
right, but
a confidence man, dictionary-wise, that means kind of a scammer. Mm-hmm. Somebody that actually is a grifter, right? Oh, he was a confident. So having competence gives confidence, right? It's really hard in work, right? So I actually believe that how you get confidence in something is when we all start playing ball, and now they have T-ball, you are not going to hit that ball very often, and you are not going to catch very well, and you are not going to throw the first base. I don't really care. And you're not going to stop things, and the ball's going to hit you in the head and the knee and whatever. So how do you get better and get confidence in baseball? Practice. You get out there in games. You fail fast. How has anybody gotten confidence in anything they've ever done? By applying not the mindset. Because you have to have a mindset to move forward, so that if you're a baseball player, I had a lot of guys who could play sandlot ball and they were good. They just didn't want to play organized ball. They didn't want to play ball when they got in high school. They certainly didn't want to play college ball. They never saw the Major League Baseball or anything. So how do you get that thing? The only reason anybody gets the Major League Baseball or any of those things, or as an Olympic athlete or is a nationally known speaker or whatever, is they have to do a lot of bad things. I think Willie Nelson said one time, there was this thing, and somebody said, Willie, you're a success. It's like almost an overnight success for like his 18th time, right? And it's like, if you talk to him, he in that Blues Brother thing where they're playing behind this chain link fence and people are throwing bottles at him, whatever. I guarantee you, Willie Nelson played in some pretty terrible places where he didn't get paid, where he got ripped off by confidence men, right? And it didn't work out, and you just keep playing, okay? So my thinking a lot of the time is make what you're trying to do inevitable. I have a thing, I call it inevitable thinking. So if you need to get someplace, there's never been a time in our history where the access to knowledge, wisdom, and experience isn't right in front of our screen. We're trying to do some of this in this course we're putting together in this training and transfer of knowledge, right? So if you find yourself lacking in something, and you can look at yourself, and not to fake it till you make it, but you look at yourself and you're seriously evaluating where you are. It may need that you just need another certification. It may need that you just need a little more experience. It may mean that you need a mentor. It may mean that you need to you need to volunteer someplace where it will give you some extra experience in a certain area. But if you make it inevitable that you're going to get wherever you want to be, you're going to be a top quality realtor or business coach or surgeon or lawyer or whatever, if you just consistently, incrementally take small steps towards that, you will get both the competence in being whatever that is, which will give you the confidence. And here's the cool thing. Real confidence can be felt in a room.
Finding out what competency in this area looks like, and then starting to craft yourself more like you're sculpting out of stone. And do the inner game to build yourself up, and then look at what are the behaviors that I need to develop that will build trust with this. What are the competencies I need to develop that will build with this? What are the inner critics of mine that I need to tame that have nothing to do with the competency and address? And how do I fill in the gaps to gain the competency on the road is similar to really learning about mastery. If you're learning to operate at the level of black belt, you're going to study the black belts. You're going to notice how they get on the mat, how they do other things. And you want to take on the behaviors because you want to instill confidence, but you also need to make sure to have the confidence as well as the competence. So I see it as more like a commitment to mastery and a commitment to providing high value and understanding there's an inner game and there's an outer game and there's even a presentation to it. And all of those are the craftings of being confident and trusted and standing in that space of I'm committed to this behavior and this mastery. What does it look like? Where am I winning? Where do I need to own the accomplishment? Do I have holes I need to fill in? So I see it kind of as a sculpting process to competency and mastery.
Yeah, I love that. I'll have just one more thing is we got to remember we're saying fake it till we make it. Well, we got to remember what we're talking about business. So everything we're talking about right now is business, although it goes over in the personal spaces. But when somebody, no matter if somebody hires you as a coach, or I help them with some marketing and some of those kind of things, or somebody's owns a gym, or somebody is a healthcare provider, or somebody is a financial advisor, or somebody's a realtor, fill in the blank, heating and air conditioning person, whatever. You got to remember what the person's buying from you. What are they expecting from you? And it boils down to results.
Mm-hmm.
People don't buy SEO from the person who does SEO. They don't really care about the first page of Google. They buy that because they may be able to get on the first page of Google, and being on the first page of Google may put them in front of somebody that is interested in their product or service. So when we really look at these things of what somebody's with mastery, I love your use of that because I think it's really what we're after. But when somebody hires any of us for a particular thing, or they buy our product or service, they're looking for what pain that resolves. What's the challenge that I'm buying that from you that helps me get rid of that challenge, or what's the gain I'm going to get? Now, here's the thing. If they don't get a result in their own way, how they're going to perceive it, there's no way to fake a result.
Right.
Right. So we got to remember what we're buying, what people okay, you could fake it to get the contract I get. You could fake it to get the client. But in a short period of time, they're going to be expecting the result that you promised based on what your product or service would offer and deliver. And if it's not there, I guarantee you this, you will not be building a referral system.
Excellent. Excellent. Great discussion. One is finding out what competency in this area looks like, and then starting to craft yourself more like you're sculpting out of stone, and do the inner game to build yourself up, and then look at what are the behaviors that I need to develop that will build trust with this. What are the competencies I need to develop that will build with this? What are the inner critics of mine that I need to tame that have nothing to do with the competency and address? And how do I fill in the gaps to gain the competency on the road? Is similar to really learning about mastery. If you're learning to operate at the level of black belt, you're going to study the black belts. You're going to notice how they get on the mat, how they do other things. And you want to take on the behaviors because you want to instill confidence, but you also need to make sure to have the confidence as well as the competence. So I see it as more like a commitment to mastery and a commitment to providing high value and understanding there's an inner game and there's an outer game and there's even a presentation to it. And all of those are the craftings of being confident and trusted. From noticing if your language instills doubt.